Hi everybody, this is Dory and I'm going to be doing a video today. I have a guest. Her name is Hancy. She's a longtime friend of mine and I just hope that she's going to enjoy the video doing this with us. And we all know Michelle. Michelle, say hello.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
And
I'm going to be coloring at the same time.
And this is Hancy. She's originally from Connecticut, but she moved to Ohio 7 years ago, and she was up here for a wedding that she came to, and of course to visit her family and friends. Hancy, do you have anything to say to the audience?
Hello.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am coloring this. It keeps my mind occupied in the moment.
Just tell them a little bit about yourself. Where what you said before.
I used to almost weigh 500 pounds. But now I weigh 325. I lost 9 pounds out of that.
I weigh 280.
Boy, I weigh only 247.
Okay.
And it's hard to lose. It's hard not to eat, actually.
Well, what Hancy's trying to say is that she, about 8-9 years ago, Hancy had the gastro bypass surgery. And she was doing really, really well on it, but the depression, Hancy started eating again and again and again. So she kind of like put the weight on. That's what she's trying to say. But I'm not here to talk about weight today.
I can say for a lot of us that's not uncommon because it affects me too. Because in my culture, my family grew up in is come on, eat some more, make you feel better. Yeah, well, it doesn't always work that way.
I'm not really here to talk about obesity today. I'm here to talk about friendship.
Well, don't forget these videos, though, Dory, are kind of free-form. They can cover a variety of topics. Yep.
I know, but one of the things that I'm here to talk about is friendship today.
Friendship.
For instance, me and Hancy have been friends for a long time, and Michelle and I have been friends for about,
10, 12 years.
10 years now. Well, I've known Michelle for longer than that, but we've become really good friends lately. And when I lived here before in apartment 10 with a friend of mine and my daughter, and his name was Richard, and my daughter Amber, and Richard had passed away now, but he's in a better place. So
I think we all kind of wish we were in a better place.
Yeah.
So right now, like I said in my vlog this morning, this world has just gone crazy. So I'm going to really say right now, this world has just gone crazy.
The whole world has gone crazy. For instance,
Trump.
We won't get started on him.
Sorry to mention it.
No, you don't mention it in front of her. Anyway.
Sorry.
No, she likes Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's that?
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Anyway, so, like Michelle said, this world is coming, what's going on in this world is terrifying because there's drownings and there's been a lot of shootings and it's been really crazy in this world. And I just wish that people...
How are they ever come up with a clear pen?
I just wish sometimes that the world wasn't so crazy. And, and wish that we all can get along, but that's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen in this world.
Well, me and Lemmy did a video this morning. We didn't get uploaded yet, but we were talking about some of the things that were going on in the world. And, yeah, it's got a long cause of all these problems going on.
And I don't remember it personally, but I remember when my parents talked about it is when they had, what was it called? Oh, I can't think of it on my tongue right now.
Energy crisis?
Huh?
Energy crisis?
No.
Depression?
Depression. Back in the 40s and the 40s and the 30s. I mean, we might have that in 2017, 2018.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We could be living like that when milk.
It's going to be worse than Venezuela. For those of you who do know anything about Venezuela, it's going to become worse than Venezuela in this country. And some of it might be environmental. For example, right now, just to talk briefly about the La Nina event that is occurring right now, they say that the weather we're going to be seeing in it's going to be very similar to that 1972-73 pattern. We're going to have a nice, cold, icy winter. I don't know, you're looking forward to that. I know she is.
Michelle's a winter person, we all know, and I am a summer person. We all know that. But I'll admit the last couple of days has been really, really hot. But
Tell
I
me,
don't like
it's
cold
friggin'
weather.
hot.
today is wonderful. I mean, we're all sitting out here. I want to be out on our porch, but when she wanted to be out here on the porch and it was scorching hot, I couldn't do it. But I do admit I like the heat. Michelle likes the winter. I like the heat.
What does Nancy like?
Hanny, what do you like, winter or summer?
Not winter.
Huh?
Summer.
Nancy likes the summer.
Winter, spring and summer.
Spring and summer. I like summer and fall.
I don't mind spring and fall, but it's not my favorite season. It's winter. I love the snow. I love the cold. I love the snowman. I love Christmas. I love Santa Claus. I love it all. Yeah. Oh, you
And
know,
I
it's
like
not really, even though it's not really winter, but screw it. I love Thanksgiving. I love Halloween, or better known as Samhain. I love that too.
I like Halloween. I like Christmas. And I like all that good stuff that comes with Christmas and
I
Thanksgiving.
love Yule. Yule's
Yeah.
cool.
Go ahead.
I used to be I was born and raised as a Jehovah's Witness, which you could not celebrate a thing. Not a thing. Except for their wedding anniversary and stuff. But
Did you celebrate Easter? I mean...
No, they didn't celebrate anything.
Nothing.
I mean, if you didn't celebrate Holy Thursday.
I'm a Christian now. Yep, Christian. And I can celebrate anything I want.
I'm a pagan, baby. I celebrate any weekend holiday I want. I am a sorceress. That is my job. That is what I do for a living. People do know this. I am the one who makes it snow in the wintertime. I maintain winter weather for the North American continent and Southwest Greenland.
Sorry, Mom, but I love you to death, but it's not me. So, I'm a Christian now. How you say it? Christian. I'm a Christian now, so.
And I just want to add, because I was born and raised Catholic. And
I was actually born and raised Lutheran, but I became Catholic later. And, what about you, Lou? I'm still technically Lutheran, because that's what my country people were, Finland, so, yeah.
like I said, I was born and raised Catholic, and I went to a Protestant church, and I liked it, and I've been going to Protestant churches for a while. Actually, I went to a church today up in Warren, but we were a little late, so I really couldn't hear the service, but it was a nice church, and I've been looking for a church for a while to go back to, but if I can't find one I like, I think I'm going to go back to the usual one I started going to, so.
What about the Faith Bible Church down on Main Street?
I don't know, just Torrington.
I'm talking about Winsted. That's the one that's in Winsted.
I don't know, I want to start going back to church.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And churches talk about they don't like gay people.
Well,
That's something I want to talk about too, because I went to a wedding yesterday, and there was 2 women that got married.
Congratulations to them.
Yes, they're very close friends of mine, and let me tell you something. It was the most beautifulest wedding I have ever been to. Because let me finish. These 2 women, I'm not going to mention their names because that's their
Confidentiality.
not right.
Right.
So, but I just want to say, I've been to quite a few weddings in my life, but to see these women so in love and they were so in love, and you can tell that they were in love. Just because they're different sex does not mean you can be in love. I know people that are married that are females. I know people that are married as males. And one of my dear friends, actually, if you don't mind me mentioning it right here, is getting married to a woman. And I am very, very happy for her because that's her choice.
You know, I actually want to ask both of you this because this is something that has been the newest thing, and that is the use the bathroom of your choice, we don't care policies. How do you feel about having men walking into the women's room or women walking into the men's room?
Don't bother me any.
Because, like, it started out with Target, but then I guess now a lot of other companies and school systems are thinking about the same question, which is should we really have segregated bathrooms?
No.
Can you repeat that question, please?
Do you think we should really have segregated bathrooms?
Like, because of your situation, you should...
No, any situation.
Like...
Or, like, why do we
Michelle,
even have a men and women's bathroom? Why don't we just have a bathroom, period? Just a room with stalls that everybody can go into, regardless what your biological sex is.
Well, I don't have a problem with it, but I do have a problem with it. Like, say, for instance, if I'm taking... how can I explain this? If I want to take my granddaughter into a bathroom, I don't want to have a man in the bathroom with me while my granddaughter's in there.
What if he was in his own stall? Would that be the same thing?
No, I wouldn't like that because I'm sorry. I don't care who you are, but I just don't feel that. I mean, Michelle's situation. I don't know how that would work, but if say if Nancy was a man and she just walked into the bathroom while I have my granddaughter or my grandson in there, I would have a problem with that. I'm sorry. But if a man turns himself into a female, I don't have a problem with that because he's a female now. He's not a man.
I think the solution to this question is that fuck the urinal businesses, just have stalls and toilets.
No.
Period.
No.
You can all have your own stalls, they'll have their own doors. No. Close the door.
No.
You do what you're
Michelle, how would you feel if you were in there with your granddaughter, like if you have grandchildren or whatever, and you were in there with your granddaughter, and this man came barging in and stood there and pissed? How would you feel?
It's assuming that he didn't have a stall of his own. See, that's just it. The typical men's room, from my knowledge, does not have stalls around the urinals. They just got those tiny little dinky divider thingies.
They have stalls. But some men decide to use those stalls.
They have stalls for toilets, but they don't for the urinals.
Right, but
what I'm saying is if they redesign the bathroom completely, get rid of the urinals completely, just standard toilets with doors.
No. I think a man should have a bathroom, a female should have a bathroom, and if you decide to do whatever you want, if a man decides to go to a man, a female, and a man decides to go whatever, vice versa, whatever, I do not feel that a man should be in the same stall with a woman.
You know,
but if he had a sex life, yes, change. Yes.
If he had a sex change, yes.
You know, the problem is I think this is the question me and Michelle chewed on this one, and
Michelle, your situation's different.
My situation is medically.
Right.
Yeah, Michelle's situation is a medical condition, but this is what we're trying to say is it's one of the reasons why 10 more states have filed a lawsuit against the federal government about the same topic. But the thing is what is the real answer? Because
there is no real answer.
Not the way the bathrooms are designed. They are now or not? No, they're not right. They're definitely not designed right to do this.
No.
They'd have to get rid of all the urinals. They'd have to just have regular toilets with stalls indoors that close on those stalls. So like they normally do. Like they do in McDonald's or any place else in a ladies' room. Because any man who has in fact, some men feel very uncomfortable, from what I understand, when they go to the wink in the urinal and they got the other guys looking down at them. Especially if they got eraser dicks. Oh, eraser dicks. Yeah, I know that term.
What the fuck's a razor dick?
It's a tiny little dick. It's not much bigger than Michelle's thumb. It's about this big. Yeah, I know what that is.
But
Okay.
I'm not prejudiced. I mean, if I was, I wouldn't be hanging out with Michelle or hanging out with her. I mean, I just don't feel that. I feel that a man should have his own bathroom. A female should have her own bathroom.
Yes.
And
Transgenders.
Transgenders.
And hermaphrodites. You know, there's.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
No, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, go ahead. You're saying is a man should have their own bathroom, women should have their own bathroom.
Right. A man should have their own bathroom. A female should have their own bathroom. If a man turns himself into a woman, they have the right to go into the bathroom. If a woman turns herself into a man, they have a right to go into the man's bathroom.
Okay, but here's the question that happened in North Carolina, and this is the problem, especially with the North Carolina Target. There was a town ordinance that said that you have to use the bathroom of your biological sex. A lot of transgendered people do not have their biological sex changed until they go for the big snip. So, a part of the real life test, they have to use the bathroom of their gender, which is not the same as their biological sex. But under the law passed in North Carolina, they said that they can't use the bathroom of their gender because it doesn't match their biological sex. And that's the part where Lumi was trying to ask about. And I kind of agree with the question. It's a great question. How do you test it? What do you do? Tell the person to pull their pants down?
Exactly.
Or do you go ahead and ask to see their ID card?
I don't know. I just think the world should mind their own fucking business.
Well, then maybe that should apply to bathrooms too, because
I
think
think
about
people
it. When a person, a man or woman goes into a bathroom, may it be unisex or pansex or whatever, as long as you're using the stall and you're using it responsibly, quietly, doing what you gotta do, then you quietly go out, wash your hands, and walk out the door. Don't make a big problem. I'd say fine.
I just think people should mind their own effing business sometimes because, like, in any situation, people should mind their own effing business.
I think the problem is that everybody sees it over.
TV.
I think people tend to,
Right.
could say, overanalyze the subject to death to the point where it's like.
All right, let me ask you. You're a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about somebody? A man going into your bathroom.
If he wants to be a woman, he can go in the bathroom if he wants to be a woman.
Okay, but if he had a male organ, how do you feel about that?
If he closes the door behind him.
Okay, there we go. I agree with that. But
if he quietly closes the door, does his business, and doesn't make any problems, I say fine, no problem.
Well, if you have a because I bring my granddaughter in the bathroom with me, but what if I don't know. Maybe because you guys don't have grandchildren, you don't have younger children in your lives. I don't know, but I wouldn't want them looking at my like a pedophile.
You know, it's a funny thing. You always talk about the males being the pedophiles, but there are female
There's
pedophiles.
females out there pedophiles
too.
Just as worse than men. I didn't say that there wasn't.
I know, but most people always talk about it. It's always the guys here.
Have you ever looked in the sex offender? Like, they're all over there. I mean,
you always hear the guy say, well, if I ever find out that a man is in the bathroom with my wife and my child, I'm going to go, there's going to be hell to pay, yada, 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 yada. And yet you don't hear about the female skanky bitches that can be just as dangerous and damaging.
You're right, you don't.
And, and so obviously with the new policy that Obama Nation's trying to push, isn't he going to be encouraging more sluts to hang out in the men's room and look for little targets, little troublemakers, like little boys that she can molest? That worries me too.
What about Obama's wife? Isn't she, what is she? I heard so many stories about that one. What is it?
Well, according to Joan Rivers, Michelle Obama is supposed to be a hermaphrodite.
What's that?
It's the same as me.
Michelle is.
Oh, sorry, Michelle. Sorry.
Oh, well, she did. Joan Rivers actually used the term transgender. She didn't say hermaphrodite. So the question is that's still really a big, broad term. Yeah, because is it a transsexual? Or is it a hermaphrodite? Is it a preoperative? Is it a postoperative? What is it? I don't know. I don't know either. And it's the things that drive us crazy. People actually ask us on the soup kitchen, they said to me and Michelle, is, you guys study this information so much, and you guys are so learned, you're so knowledgeable in your subjects. How the heck do you come in and know all these things to talk about on your radio program or on your video channel? You do here at the soup kitchen.
I can answer that question. I can answer that. I'll tell you why. Because Michelle is on the computer almost every day. She's on the internet. She's on Facebook. She's on, no, not so much Facebook, YouTube. I've seen that woman read things, articles, and she showed me videos about people, different types of people, different types of anything.
Newswires. She'll read a lot of newswires. From the Associated Press, United Press.
So that's how Michelle knows a lot about different things.
But here's the thing that most people say is kind of funny is, how can you remember all these things when you're out there on camera? You don't have a teleprompter. You don't have notes in front of you. How do you remember all this stuff? And
some people can. Some people can remember.
In my case, it's an essential
back in the 70s,
extrovert.
80s, 90s, 60s. They can remember things that happened to them. A lot of people can't.
Facts, figures. Michelle's a savant. Anyway, Michelle's got knowledge. She memorizes pieces. Sometimes she just get them wrong, but will offer retraction if she makes a mistake. I've seen her.
Oh, I don't want to get on the
like
Trump.
This morning. So you were talking about the 1133 program, which was the equipment from the military. That old equipment is donated to the local police forces. Michelle brought up that. She brought up the policies of how it works and everything. And is in our video, which we'll be releasing later on in the day. It's just amazing.
I don't want to get on the Trump thing because
this has nothing to do with Trump. This is something that has to do with the militarization of our police force.
I know that, but I just want to say something about. Michelle reads the Trump and Hillary stuff every single day. You can ask her a question about it, and she can tell you in the snap of a finger. And then you ask me, wake up. Then you ask me about it, and I'll be like, "What'd you just say? What? I don't know anything." If it wasn't for Michelle, I would know absolutely nothing what's going on right now. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Trump, but I don't want Hillary. If I had a choice, I'd take Trump. Honestly.
Let me ask you something that's a little bit different. Well, actually, a lot different. What did you think of the new game called Pokemon Go?
I haven't tried it yet.
What about you?
I don't play Pokemon.
I don't really know much about it. I saw a little bit about it on the new screensavers. It looks kind of interesting. You get to walk around in real life, looking for Pokemons in a virtual world, which is overlaid on the real world.
That sounds like shit.
It sounds like a good way to get some exercise, too. That's one of the cool things about the game. That people said that it's helped them get some exercise. I think that'd be great for Michelle for the autumn, because once it gets cooler, yeah, I'd be playing it in the wintertime. Oh, yeah, I know you will. In the short sleeve shirt. Yeah, definitely. So it's an interactive game in the sense is that you're actually physically walking around in your real world and it overlays with the virtual world. It's kind of pretty cool from what I saw. It might be a good way to get people out of the house. I guess that'd be kind of like if you could overlay Neko Itsumi on top of the real world. Sometimes I swear like I play a real world Neko Itsumi. Anybody ever knows anything about my cats knows what I'm talking about.
Anybody knows what?
About my cats know what I'm talking about.
Your cats?
You feed them, you put the food down, you put down toys, they chase the toys, they eat the food, and when they don't get no food, they walk away. Meow! Feed me! Yeah, they did that. So, you want to talk about the weather real quick for next week?
It's going to be very hot next week. People drink water. Nancy, wake up.
I am awake.
No, you're not. You're sleeping. We're going
I'm
to
awake now.
drink a lot of water juice next week. It's going to be really, really hot.
Don't worry about it. Nancy's sleep. She won't be the first time someone slept in camera. You did one time to me too, Dory.
I have sleep apnea.
Dory actually fell asleep on camera one time, and actually she starts to slightly buzz away. You know.
And
Oh, that time when you went in?
I did have a machine, but I didn't have a machine, CPAP machine, but Medicare, Medicaid took it away from me because I'm supposed to use 70% of it, but it was 23%.
CPAP. CPAP? I'll tell you, I don't know anything really about CPAP.
And they took it away
But I
from
know
me.
what a nebulizer
She's
is.
talking.
I know what a nebulizer is because I
been
have friends who have asthma and have nebulizers. But I don't know anything with CPAP.
I've been using it. They say I haven't, but I have. And I don't sleep good at night because that's why.
You know what happens is there's this crazy summer heat. It makes everybody sleepy. It makes me sleepy too. I go to sleep like at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I wake up 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Go ahead to work, do laundry, whatever, and then we go ahead and go to the soup kitchen in the morning, and then come home, put 11:30, 12 o'clock, go right back to bed, and then wake up.
That's a life.
It's because it's a way to get out of the heat without having to run all the air conditioning as much. Which I still have to run, but just not as much. Anyway, yeah, I don't know much about this Pokemon Go. It looks like it's an interesting game. Definitely be something to play for me in the autumn. Really kind of cool. Now, of course, we talked in our video this yesterday, more or less. Me and Lummy, I did. Lummy didn't talk about it. She just watched it afterwards. I talked about the situation, what's going on in Dallas, Texas, the police. And I've been keeping up with the news since that the police, different states are really
What's going on with
nervous.
the Dallas police?
5 officers were killed.
Oh, yeah.
6 were injured. 2 snipers took them out. And now the police, and you, since you're in Ohio, you can probably confirm this. In Cleveland, Ohio, and the Republican National Convention, the Cleveland police said they don't know if they can feel comfortable protecting the Republican National Committee because the Black Lives Matter is going to be there. They're going to be making all kinds of trouble as protesters, and that's a problem. You know, this is what I'm talking about when we said things are getting out of hand. The things that we see going on is definitely destructive. Yeah. Now, some of these pens are kind of interesting. I mean, like, some of these colors are kind of interesting, but the white pen is the most interesting. I never saw white. Where is it? That's not it. No, that's
The white one is a...
It is. That's the one. This one. White ink ballpoint pen.
That's a little gray.
Oh. Yeah, it's more like buff actually, but still. This.
I've got a white one, but it's not in here with me. It's at my other house in my
Okay,
bag.
well, still, I've never seen this color in ink before. And your pen is almost empty. It's almost empty.
I know.
So, adult coloring books right now are very popular, by the way. There's a lot of adults.
This is really relaxing. I know I'm just sitting here doing this, but it's really relaxing if you can see a picture that I'm doing. And the comment on it says,
Nancy's doing a
"You
geometric
make me
pattern."
happy.
Nancy's doing a geometrical
It's
pattern.
very
right there.
different and very, very relaxing, actually.
Yeah. And of course, you know, like I said, I've been doing my own little things. As I said, with the news and keeping up with the news stories and things like that. I mentioned about Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, what's going on with Brexit, the European Union, Marine Le Pen, which is part of the French, was it the French Front or something? French Front Party? Yeah. Keeping up with her information and actually listening to her originally speaking in native French, even though I don't speak French, I can actually kind of understand what she's saying. That's actually kind of cool. And so I keep up with all these things. 'Cause my dad was the same way. My dad was the same way. He was heavily in current events. My dad lived in front of the TV. When he retired, he was watching as many as 5 TV networks at one time. Be flipping between all 5 of them: CNN, ABC, NBC, Fox, you name it. He was doing it, and he did not die from Alzheimer's. Yeah, unfortunately, he died from complications of cancer. But he still had a full head of brain, and so when I go, I want to go with a full head of brain. Definitely, that's the best way to go, because then I can document my own death. Yes, definitely different. So, all right, Dory, would you like to say anything before we wrap this up? Because
I just want to say that I hope everybody stays dehydrated this week. I mean, stays dehydrated. Drink a lot of fluids and stay cool. And I'm happy that my friend Hancy joined this video with us, even though she's falling asleep.
I don't think she's really necessarily falling asleep.
And let me finish. And I just want to say that I'm glad that she came up and visited us, even though she is going home in, 9 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 days.
The 20th is my last day, and the 21st is where I go home.
Yep. So, and then she's been on a train for 18 hours. That's not kind of long, but you know what? At least she's here and spent some time with us, and we all know that.
Actually, train is a better way to travel than plane. Trust me. I rather probably train. It's much more nicer because you can at least walk around the train. You can't do that on an airplane.
And I want to say that I do enjoy doing the videos with Michelle. Michelle is one expert at doing these, and you know that I'm just learning still. But and Michelle and I were talking, and maybe when it gets a little cooler towards the fall, we are going to do the cooking. Michelle got a thing that we can do the cooking. Maybe we can bake some cakes.
I think the first thing we're going to need to do is...
let me finish.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I think we need to set some more cameras up.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, I got to get some more on eBay.
Yeah, we're going to set some more cameras up in the kitchen and stuff like that so everybody can see what we're doing. But we were talking, we are going to do a baking group, and we even might make a dinner.
Looks like you see on Chopped and Cutthroat.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to do it. So I just want to wrap this up and say thank you for watching the video. And I want to say goodbye to Michelle, and I want to say goodbye to Hancy.
Goodbye.
And we all wish you the best. God bless.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye, guys.